I start? Almost?
Yes. No, I gotta...
You saying hello?
Alright, I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna remember it.
How can I say it now?
Yes, go ahead. Tell me your story.
Okay. I think I need help because I don't remember the words.
Well, it starts with Once Upon a Time.
So, once upon a time, there was a superhero, and then he woke up, and then he got his superhero clothes, and then after he did that, he did something very dangerous, and then he cannot kill bad guys because he was not too little, and when he grew up, he was able to fight bad guys, even though not able to fight good guys.
He wasn't able to fight good guys?
Yeah.
Why not?
'Cause he was too little.
Oh, he was too little.
Oh, he was too short.
Too short.
Yeah.
But then what happened?
And then after he did that, he did something that he must not do after his nap.
Oh, what was that?
He must not read the Bible yet. So his superhero mama came running up the path, and then he knocked on, and then he heard something. It was a superhero, and then he almost got a bump on a rock and a stone, and then when he walked 5 days, and then he got in the car and then drove to the beach. And then after he went to the beach, he went to the shore. But the shore was too hot for him. So he went back on the beach. But the beach was very warm and a patch of sunshine. But when he went there for a long time, it was getting darker and darker. And then he cannot see anymore. And then it was dark already, and then he needed help looking for his mom and dad. And then he saw something was big and fat. That was a bear, and it was a bear. So the bear ate the superhero, and then the bear died. And then the superhero came running up his mouth, and then he climbed up, and then he pulled his teeth, and then he cannot chew anymore, and then the bear was gone. He was dead, and then the superhero was free. And then they go back home, and then finish their cereal, and then I went to the playground to feed the animals, and then I went to the zoo. There was a lot of things, but the horses keep biting him because he was a superhero. And when he was a superhero, the bad guys took his superhero clothes and sold him as a slave. And then after they got them to prison, he locked the door, and then he had a key. He unlocked it, and then the soldiers came open it and shut it, and open it and shut it all day long. So the soldiers said, and the bad guy said, "Too late, you cannot go anywhere with us. It's too dark." And the superhero said that it's too dark and you need a flashlight. And then he covered up some holes in the dirt, and then he found a shell wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a turtle's back. And then on the turtle's back was a big, humongous, giant turtle. He was big as Goliath. And then the bad guys we're stuck. And then the bad guys shouted, please help me, turtle. And then there was bugs. And then the bad guys were afraid of bugs. So they leaped and ran away. But the bugs catch them. So they hold them very tight. So they won't fall down. And then they fell down. And then got in a crash. And then a little grasshopper looked at what was the matter. And then the grasshopper said, what is the matter? And then the superhero said, there is this bad guys. Will you fight them for me? And then the grasshopper had an idea. He moved his sword close to the thing and then climbed to the tippity top of his head and then fixed them with a Nerf gun. And then he shoot them and then he was back together. And then the superhero said, thank you. And then everybody left because they didn't like that voice. So they walked away super duper fast because they were scared the Romans would catch them. And then they saw the Romans and then they were catching them. And then he got in the house and then locked the door. And then they were safe. And then there was a sign. And then the superhero read it. Don't even swallow a horse or you would die. So he was amazed. So he tried to swallow a horse and then he died, of course. He said, don't swallow a horse. But I did. Do you want me to tell you another story?